Hello and welcome to City Beat. I am your host, Greg, Public Services Supervisor from the Lewiston City Library. Joining me today on the show is Cathy Robinson from the Washington-Idaho Volunteer Center. Cathy, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the Lewis Clark Senior Games today. So can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
The Lewis Clark Senior Games is a senior Olympic-style format athletic venue. 50 years or better are eligible to participate, and they earn gold, silver, and bronze medals in 13 different sports and probably 90 some different events in those sports. And it gives them a venue. When you get to a certain age, you don't stay as athletic and you don't have as many abilities, any places to go and stretch your stuff and do your thing. And so that's what this is for. It keeps people active, it gets them out of their house, and it lets them be competitive.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and that's one of the things about the Senior Games is it is competitive and it allows you to stay active, but it's also very, very fun and very recreational. So I don't want anybody to be put off because they think, oh, I couldn't possibly compete with those people that have been active all their lives. I've been a couch potato for 20 years now, I can't do it. It's social, it's fun, just come out and have a good time.
That sounds great. How long have the games been going on here in the LC Valley?
This is the 16th annual Games. It used to be run by a volunteer committee for the first 10 years, and then they just decided that they couldn't do it anymore. And they approached the Washington-Idaho Volunteer Center and Parks and Rec and asked us if we would take it over, and we did in 2009. And for the past 5 years, I've managed the games and put it on.
Oh, that's great. You kind of touched on why the Washington-Idaho Volunteer Center is a managing sponsor. Did you want to elaborate on that a little more, or is it just kind of they approached you? It was a former volunteer group and kind of formalized.
Well, that's originally why we did it, because as the volunteer center, we deal with senior volunteers, so it was kind of in our avenue already. And now it has morphed into it's a major fundraiser for the volunteer center, which is even more important because we're facing federal cuts with the Retired Senior Volunteer Program that we also sponsor. The federal government has decided to majorly cut that funding, and so we're looking for ways to replace that. And so the Senior Games gives us that opportunity to do so. We're always looking for sponsors, and we're looking for participants to come out and get active, and also it supports the senior volunteerism, so it's kind of a win-win.
Oh, it sounds like it. Sounds great. So you mentioned before there were 13 sports with some odd competitions within those sports. What sports are offered? The
sports that are offered are the 5K run or 5K walk, which we've also spun off last year into the Run for the Sun. So the 5K run walk through the Senior Games is for 50 years old and better. And I forgot to mention that the participants in the Senior Games participate and compete in the 5-year increments. So we don't have 50-year-olds competing against 80-year-olds. It's like 50 to 54 in that 5-year category, et cetera, as it goes forward. But the Run for the Sun is open to all ages. And so they run at the same time at Kiwanis Park. But that's also helped the fundraising aspect of that and gotten more people out and being active. The other sports are archery, which is held at Hells Canyon, bowling at Lancer Lanes, cycling over by Mans Lake, pickleball at the high school tennis courts, racquetball, shuffleboard. Racquetball is at Adcope, shuffleboard is at Webster Elementary, swimming at the Asotin County Family Aquatic Center, table tennis at Jennifer Junior High, target shooting, which is Diamondback Shooting Range on Main Street, tennis, which is right here at the LCSC tennis courts, and Kai Fong coordinates that for us, track and field at Vollmer Bowl, and we've also added a veterans walk and roll, which is a non-competitive it's a sport with something we created so that the Idaho State Veterans Home residents can participate. Most of them are in wheelchairs or very non-ambulatory, and so we wanted to get them involved. And so the community comes and they push them around the quarter-mile track around the Veterans Home and just gets them involved, and we have an ice cream social after, and it's just a fun thing.
Oh, that sounds great. And you mentioned one sport that I'm not familiar with. I'm not sure. What is pickleball?
Oh, I kind of knew you were going to ask me that question. I get asked that question a lot. And the only way I know how to describe it, I should get the definite answer for this because I do get asked it a lot. It's on a tennis courts, but they tape it down so it's not, you don't have to run as far. So the boundaries are closer. It's a wooden racket. It's a short-handled racket. It's not a net racket. And it's usually played in doubles. It can be singles and doubles. Most of the people who participate in our pickleball is doubles. And it's kind of a combination between badminton, tennis, and volleyball. The way they score it, the way they play it. I've watched it a lot. It's a kick in the pants. And it's actually one of our biggest sports.
Oh, it sounds amazing. That's why I had to ask. I hadn't heard of that before, but it sounds like a lot of fun.
They play it at the high school as well. The kids know about it, and the seniors know about it.
Oh, that's great. So with all these great events, when are the Lewis Clark Valley Senior Games held this year?
Every year it's the third week in June. So this year it's June 18th through the 21st. And so that's Wednesday through Saturday.
Oh, that's great. So if I'm a 50 or better senior here in the Valley who wants to participate in the games, how do I get involved? How do I register?
Well, you might see these posters around town. We've just put a bunch of these posters around town. They're pretty visual. You'll be able to see them. It'll give the date. It'll give the how and the, not the why, but the how and the where. But you can go to our website, lewisclarkgames.org, to get all the information that you could possibly need. You can email me at crobinson@lewisclarkgames.org. You can call us at the Volunteer Center at 208-746-7787, or we're located in the Lewiston Community Center. You can just come on by and give me a chat.
Oh, that's great. And with it coming up in the third week of June every year, what is the deadline for participants to register
this
before
year,
the games?
It'll be June 11th. We will take registrations after June 11th, but there will be a late fee.
Oh, that was going to be my follow-up question. How much does it cost to register for the senior
It's
games?
$35 for the first event, which includes a T-shirt, a banquet with a full meal, and entertainment, the medals, and then it's $5 for every event after.
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds like a bargain.
Fairly reasonable,
and you get a really good experience out of the deal.
Yeah, you get a shirt, you get food, you get a lot of entertainment and athletic, competition. It's a great time.
Now, say a participant has a question about any aspect of the games. Who do they contact, and how do they go about getting their question answered?
The best way would be to either, again, look at our website at lewisclarkgames.org, or to just give me a call at 208-746-7787. I'm there pretty much every day and happy to talk to whoever wants to give me a call.
Well, that's great, Cathy. And is there anything else you'd like to share about the games this year? What has the attendance been like historically here? You mentioned that it's been going on for quite some time here in the Valley. Do we get a pretty good turnout?
Well, when we took it over, there was about 95 people that normally and regularly played. We've increased that by about 45% since we took it over, and now it's at about 150. And last year and this year we've really amped up our advertising, and we're expecting close to 200 this year. So it doesn't sound maybe like a lot, but it's growing. And we also get participants from different states. So it comes and it stimulates our local economy. They stay in our hotels and they eat in our restaurants, and then they often stay afterwards and do the jet boat rides and all the different things that this valley has to offer. So there's like I said, 7 different states. We have them coming all the way from Texas and California.
Oh wow! And they come here to the Valley to participate in our games. That's fantastic. Well, Cathy, it's been great having you on the show today. We're running out of time, so I just wanted to say thank you again for joining us. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and it sounds like you guys are doing a lot of great work, not only for the Lewis Clark Senior Games, but also with the Washington-Idaho Volunteer Center right now. It sounds like you guys are very active and doing a lot of great things for the community.
Thank you so much for having me, Greg. Really appreciate it.
So on behalf of our guest, Cathy Robinson, and everyone here at City Beat, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time on City Beat.